Welcome to another edition of Beyond the Game, presented by TV Sports. I'm your host, Stephen Hayes, and today our guest is defensive back coach for Wayne State University of the Wayne State Warriors, Gerren DuHart. Gerren, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm good. Appreciate it. I appreciate you taking the time out, man. I know when we got it together, I was looking at your background, and you were a player at Wayne State, right?
Right.
And then going from that player to being a coach, the defensive back assistant coach. How did that come about?
I think it really came about from, I guess, Coach Winters just trusted me to, bring me into the program. I played football down at Toledo Central Catholic from 2006 to 2010, and that was in high school. And then in the fall coming up, that's where I got a scholarship to is Wayne State. So I was here at Wayne State from 2010 to 2014, and then after that, I had a pretty successful career. I graduated on time, did what I had to do, and then I was doing my thing after I graduated. I ended up coaching high school ball back in my alma mater, Toledo Central Catholic, in 2015. Went to the state championship that year. Coached in 2016 and 2017, and we made it to the state semifinals those 2 years. So pretty much after that, I had a background in coaching already. I didn't plan on doing it. My high school coach, he actually called me back and he convinced me to do it. So went back, did that, did a good job, and then they called me back up to Wayne State, and that's kind of how everything kind of transpired.
So you said you didn't pursue this is not what you thought you would be doing. Now that you're in this space and you've been in this space, how do you feel now?
I love it, man. I love it. It's crazy because I wake up every single day and it's like, damn, like I really get to coach football. You know what I mean? Like it's almost one of those dream jobs, which I never really imagined, man. Like you could do anything. Like people push you towards, being an engineer or just doing whatever you want to do in life, but nobody ever mentions being a football coach. Like nobody ever mentions that. Like I've never had anybody in my life like, hey, you should be a football coach. Grow up and be a football coach. Like nobody ever mentions that. And
that
go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's just the reward from it. It's just really natural to me, I guess dealing with the kids who or young men who are in this program, I get it. I mean, like I understand like they have goals too, you know. Ultimately I'm a resource to my guys, and I tell them that, and they know. So, it's such a natural position for me to be in. I love football. I love being around sports. I love being around energy. I love being around action. So this space has really, really been good for me. And then on top of that, my dad passed in 2019. So coming back, and that's when I got the job is July of 2019. He passed in June. I was living down in Miami at the time. So coming back kind of really saved my life. I mean, being around the guys, being around family, staying busy, just doing what I do best, and that's being involved in football. I think a lot of men don't understand that to be able to coach, you have to have a college degree. Like you have to have a college degree, and I was fortunate enough that my dad raised me to get that college degree. You look at the stats, and 50% of black men in America go to college. That's just going to college. Only 12% of black men graduate. And, people complain all the time that there's not enough black coaches and this and that. Well, we only got a 12% pool that we're dealing with. That's it. And kind of like myself, I never planned on being a coach at all. So if we can get our guys to graduate and we can get our guys to come back and put that energy of what they love into back into football, I think we'd be in really good shape, man. I tell my guys all the time, be that 12%. You know what I mean? Grow that 12%. Because that college degree is gonna open many doors that you don't ultimately realize, because you look on social media, it's like, oh, you don't have to go to college. You don't have to do this to make money. And I think making money is, it's a necessity, but at the same time, you got to do what you love. Like at some point in your life, you got to get to a point to where you do something that you love. And football for me, coaching for me, perfect job, man. Like I don't want to do anything else. Like you tell me to sit in the office and write up, reports. You know what I mean? Like I'm in grad school right now for business, and I got classes for like corporate financial management and accounting and stuff like that. I can only imagine myself sitting in the office doing this work. I'm like, nah. Like I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I know I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? Like, especially after doing something like this, I sit in the office now but we get out to practice. You know what I mean? We get out to practice. I get to be me. Like I get to exude all of my energy. I get to, you know what I'm saying? I get to get out there and talk my shit. I mean, like I get to get out there and be myself, and being myself that's everything, man.
And that I wanted to touch on, you said nobody had ever told you, be a football coach. I figured that was one of the main things that the young man coming up under you can relate to because of your age, and you know what I mean. Now they're normally when you see the football coaches, they're old. That's not, that's normally how it goes. It's sometimes you see the youth, but for you to be able to say, hey, I've been where you've been, I've seen what you've seen, and I can help you. How has that inspired you being able to be that resource, like you said, for those young men coming up after you?
It's big, man, because it's inspired me because I'm somebody who I wish I wanted when I was younger. You know what I mean? Like the way I coach, I'm very transparent with my guys. They know me and I know them. Like I'm your coach. You know what I mean? I'm not your friend. I'm not your buddy. I'm not your pal. I'm your coach. So I'm gonna tell you what you do wrong. You know, and don't get mad at the evaluation as to what's coming. But at the same time, understand we go over goals. I ask my guys, what do you want? What do you want out of Wayne State? What do you want out of life? This is what you want. Boom, boom, boom. It's coming from your mouth. It's coming from you writing it down. My job is to hold you accountable for that. So just being a resource to these guys and letting them know, you can have what you want, but it takes work. It takes discipline. It takes you sacrificing some things, so that inspires me. Just being that guy I wish I would have had. You know what I mean? I wake up every single day and I'm a guy that I pride myself in. I can be counted on. So that inspires me right there.
Now, what have you learned from yourself now? Because I love that you said you wish you were you're the person you are now. You wish you had somebody like that growing up. So the person that you are now, and any mistakes that you might have made coming up, or anything that you look back on and say, I probably could have avoided, but those alternations sometimes don't get you to where you are today.
Yeah.
But what have you learned from yourself now that you are in this space?
I've learned that we all need mentors. We all need older cats to point us in the right direction, to let us know. I've learned that we need to listen a lot, more than we talk. I've learned that we need to make mistakes. I've learned that, we have to go through life and be understanding that it's not going to go the way that we want it to go. I've learned that there's a hierarchy. There's always going to be a hierarchy, whether you create it or whether you are in it, and you have to respect that. You can't not respect the hierarchy. You have to respect it. And I've also learned that, we have certain privileges and some of us don't. Everybody's equal, but everybody's not equal. You have to move through life and figure out what works, understand what works, but make it work for you. So I've definitely learned a lot in this journey. like this short time of being here in 2019. From
Right.
being a player and to being a coach, it's levels to it. It's levels to it. Um, you learn that instant gratification isn't everything. You understand that. Um, Delayed gratification is everything. You look at social media and you kind of you want shit now, but you understand that the grind is everything, the process is everything, the journey is everything. And once you go through that, man, you good. You good, man. So I
Now,
learned a lot.
I love that actually because I love that. I do because some people might look at it and say, well, I wish I wouldn't have did this, I wish I wouldn't have did that. What you went through can help the next person.
Oh yeah.
That's how I always look at it. If you're able to turn it into a teachable moment, if that's what you look at it as, you can help the next person.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to just touch on it real quick. I know you said you're transparent with your guys and they know that you're the coach. Being that you are the defensive back coach, who are some of the defensive backs and playing defensive back actually, who are some of the defensive backs that you looked up to when you were coming up?
Oh man. Stan Thornton. At first, I came in 2010. Stan was the man. China route killer. That's what we used to call him. He definitely used to kill his China routes, man. So Stan Thornton was the guy I looked up to. Jeremy Jones here at Wayne State, and these are Wayne State guys. You know what I mean?
Right.
Jeremy Jones was a complete baller, man. He was the honey badger D2. He was just electric, man. There was nothing that he couldn't do. I still remember 2011 in the playoffs. I was a redshirt freshman at the time, and I was in the third round. I was playing Nebraska, Kearney out in Nebraska, and this dude had 3 picks in the first half. And I'm sitting there like, this dude's an All-American. Why do y'all keep throwing at this cat? Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm a freshman on the outside. Throw to me. Like, let me make some plays. let me make some plays. But he taught me a lot, man. Especially just with being him, you have to authentically be yourself, and that's what allowed him to be who he was and to be great because he was himself. Antoine Robinson is another guy. He allowed me to just play. I've never had another safety. He's actually the DB's coach for Fairmont University right now.
Okay.
So congrats to him. He just took a job and went over to there. Still in Division II, different conference. But he just let me play. Like, I used to line up and he used to make calls like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, cool. All right. Let's play. So those are 3 main guys that I really look up to, man. Antoine Robinson did an awesome job. He was super smart. Looked up to him. He's one of the guys I still look up to now, and I talk to him very often. So those are 3 guys that I look up to that were DBs. Excuse me.
And for your guys that you're coaching, how do you find that balance to be coach, be stern and do what call you out when you have to, and still be that guy that they can come to when they need advice, when they need help, when they need a resource? How do you balance that?
It's pretty much situational. You know what I mean? I guess it just depends on what time of year it is and what they're going through in their life at the time. Like right now, those guys know they won't like me in the off season. I'm like, I tell them, I'm like, you're not gonna like me right now at all. Like, this is winter, this is off season. You know what I mean? Like, we got to get it in. In the season, I'm a lot more chill just because we're playing football. I just want guys to play. But finding a balance is that they know I'm cool, man. Like, they know I'm cool, but at the same time, like, they know I'm serious about winning. Like I told you earlier, like I tell them off a rip, I'm not your friend. I'm your coach. So I'm gonna call out everything that you do wrong, and it's gonna be a lot more wrong than what is do right. Like, I expect you to do certain things. I'm not gonna pat you on the back for doing things that you should do. I understand that. You have parents for that. I'm your coach. I'm not here to love you up constantly. I'm here to tell you what you're doing wrong and how to fix it. So if you take it personally, you take it personal. That's on you, but you probably shouldn't. Understand that I'm telling you these things so you can get better. You know, um, and I tell them too. If you make my life easy, I make your life easy. So, for example, here we're a very good academic school, right? Very good academics. So we pride ourselves on having good academics, getting good grades, blase blase. And some of these guys aren't the best with school. So we get grade first reports. And when I get grades for first reports, I don't like it. I'm like, if they're bothering me, I'm gonna bother you. So they know. You know what I mean? Like they know. If they're calling me, I'm calling you. If you want me to stop calling you, have them stop calling me. Half the time, I mean, hey, I want to talk about football. I want to talk about football. I want to talk about winning. That's what I want to do. But when it comes to academics, take care of your business. Take care of your business. And it's going to be an issue until you take care of your business. You know? So, um, but there's a balance, man. There definitely is a balance. Like I said, it's situational, just on the kid, what time of year it is, and what they're going through in their life. But for the most part, you got to push guys, man. You got to push guys, and you got to let them know that they're going to be pushed. I try and prepare my guys for what's happening, what's coming. So, um, man, I mean, that's kind of how I find the balance, and you feel the vibe. There's vibes to everything. I read energies. I read body language. I understand when guys are ready to go, and I understand when they're not. Some guys I don't have to motivate. Some guys you do. Some mornings you have to motivate guys. Like I get to bed early, get to bed at 8, 9 o'clock to wake up at 2, 3 o'clock on purpose. So first one in the gym, you know, and as soon as they come in, I'm talking shit to them. You know, I'm gonna get you ready. I'm gonna get you fired up. Sometimes I gotta piss you off. Sometimes players play better pissed off. So guess what? I'm gonna piss you off. You know what I mean? I got to like,
Right.
like I gotta do what I gotta do too. You know, like I go around and I mess with people all day. I mean, like I push buttons and I trigger people. You know, you show me your triggers, I'm gonna use your triggers until I can't use those triggers, and I gotta figure something else out. Everything is mental. It's all a mental game too. The game of football is mental. It's chess. We said it all the time. In sixth grade, I was a chess champion. I know how to play chess. You know, like I understand if I make this move, he might react this way. And if you react this way, this is the way
Right.
this is the move I'm gonna make. And if you react this way, this is the move I'm gonna make. So I try and pass that down to my players. Understand for everything that you do, there's a reaction. So have a plan for that reaction, whether that's to what move that you make. I think that's very underrated in today's game, man. Like it's very underrated. You know, so it's fun, man. But finding the balance between the players is fun because I mean those kids are just like me. I mean they I know what they're thinking. I mean I know what they want to do. I know what they're doing on weekends. I know where they're going. So um, you let them live their life and you let them have fun. But at the same time, we got goals that we got to reach, and I'm holding everybody accountable, including myself, to those goals. So,
And one of the last things I want to ask you, Coach, is you look at today's generation, um, and like you said, a lot of people want it now, um, and social media can bring that eagerness to you because it's a facade, and it'll make you feel like you can snap your finger and get it.
right.
What words of encouragement would you give to anybody out there inspiring to be a doctor, lawyer, whether it's an athlete, they want to be a coach or whatever? What words of encouragement would you give them?
Just put the work in, man. I mean, long story short, like there are no shortcuts to anything. Like you have to put in the work to get to where you want to go. Like that's just what it is. Like you have to put the work in. Like there's no skipping steps. And if you do skip steps, you won't be there for long. You know, if you want longevity, if you want to be there, if you want to have a career, if you want to have a happy life and do what you want to do, put in the work. Don't take any shortcuts. You know, so just don't take shortcuts. Do what you got to do, man. I mean, yeah, putting in the work sucks. Getting up at 4:30, doing what you got to do, yeah, it sucks. But you got to put in the work. Got to put in the work. Got to put in the work. You have to put in the work. It takes work, man. Everybody wants things so easily and effortlessly. It's not gonna happen. You gotta get your hands dirty. You know what I mean? Like you have to be that guy who sacrifices. You know, I tell my guys too all the time. When you choose things, you unchoose things. So think about that when you go to that party, or think about that when you're hanging out with that girl who you think you might like. When you choose to hang out with that girl, you unchoose to study. When you hang out with that girl, you unchoose to watch film. When you choose to watch film, you unchoose to hang out with that girl. You know, and obviously we all want families, we all want kids. You know what I mean? Like we want all that. You know, so I think take that into account. But understand when you choose things, you unchoose things as well. So you have to be cognizant of what you're choosing and what you're not. You know, so uh, just don't take shortcuts and have a plan. Plans don't work all the time, but at least you have a plan and you know how to go to B or go to C or go to D or go to F, E, whatever, you know. So just don't take shortcuts, man, because life ain't a shortcut because you gotta live it. I mean, to the end of your days, you gotta live it. So
Gerren, man, I appreciate those words of encouragement, and I also appreciate you coming on the show today because, like I said, that everything that you said is needed. It's needed in today's times. It's needed somebody to be just flat out straightforward. Everybody is not meant to hold your hand, and
right.
if your hand is held all through life, I don't know how far you'll really get if you're not ever told the truth.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you truly.
Yeah, like, and especially with young men, is that young men don't need to be coddled in today's world. Young men need to be told the truth. Young men don't need to be sold a facade of what life is. Especially young black men in America. Like my road is hard. Like, sometimes it might not look that hard, but at the same time, my everyday road is tough. You know, and they need to know that. Like I said, only 12% of black men in America graduate with a bachelor's degree. 7% is a master's degree. Which God willing I'll have at the end of fall. But just that 12%, that's not a lot. You know,
No,
that's not.
it's not.
So yeah, man. Um, Definitely appreciate you having me. Absolutely, man. I love coming on and talking to my people. Talking, and just having real conversations. So I definitely appreciate you for that matter, man. We've had some good conversation. Anytime you want to talk, anytime you want to hit me up, man, feel free. Reach out to me, man.
Oh, absolutely. Because we want to do something when the season starts back. We want to do something with you, and I want to see if we can get some of your players on with you as well. And
Oh yeah.
we wish you, continued success, and we definitely wish you good luck with next season. And please continue to be that change that we desperately need.
Will do, man. Appreciate that. Absolutely. Appreciate that.
Yes, yes, sir. Stephen Hayes, Gerren DuHart, Beyond the Game. We out. Appreciate you, man.
Take it easy.